And after this, I take it you and 600 fixed your problems. It wasn't no big deal?
Yeah, but that was not first. That wasn't the last time we fought them though. We jumped on them again after, you know, I think I don't know if I said it on here, but you know the story of when Butta and them, when he was with Gyro City and we was running through the fields, they came out like the Warriors. We had a fight, an altercation with 600 right after that. Right after that time.
I don't think we've talked about that. Can you kind of take me through it?
All right, so it was a day, you feel me, we was looking for Butta, like I said. We looking for Butta. I can't remember why we was searching for this man so hard. Don't know why we was searching for Butta so hard, so tough and whatnot. But this was a point where, you know, gunplay wasn't really a thing. Everybody's fighting. And so we walking through all the neighborhoods, walking through Gyro City, walking through Eberhard. We went to Butta house, like he said. He came on y'all and he said it. I don't know what interview I was on when we talked about it, but we went to Butta crib. He wasn't there. And we saw some dudes who they knew Butta. We didn't know they knew Butta. And somehow they got the word out to Butta that we was looking for him. So then they started looking for us. But it was just so happened that at the end of the day, we probably jumped on like 3 separate peoples. We jumped on a few people looking for Butta. And so at the end of the day, you feel me? We was like right down 63rd, about to go into the grass of where the building used to be at. They tore the building down, the 220 building, they tore it down. And again, man, it was like one dude, he came out, he short, swole. He came out and we thought that we was just about to all really start getting it in. But again, he hit his fist together. I don't know if they had like a little rival call that like when I started speaking, I started doing this, y'all niggas come out. But when that nigga said, oh, we heard y'all was looking for Butta, he started hitting his hands together. We walking to him. I'm talking about, man, I know niggas wasn't really jumping off the roofs, but that's what it felt like. I'm talking about niggas was coming out all cuts. I'm talking about everywhere like the Warriors, for real. I always got to keep saying that every time I tell a story because what I remember niggas popping out the woodworks like the Warriors. It was nothing I ever seen before. And I'm looking at Lil Fo, and I think his name was Nate. I'm looking at him, and I turn around to like, cause I'm thinking the guys, me, T-Roy, TP, we all standing right there. It's go time. I turn around and it's only me, Tone, and T-Roy, really the ones who was about to fight, and everybody else we came with was running. And TP was like one of the last ones to run too, because I remember him running just a little bit, and then I ran past him, and they grabbed him. Like, see, I was fast, and I'm only laughing because it was just fighting. Then obviously it got worse, but man, the fight, everybody getting back up and walking home safe and sound from a fight. You feel me? But man, Butta, all them dudes came out. And they only caught TP. They made him, you know, poop himself and all that stuff. Like, cause they hit him in the head with a bottle. It's 50 people right there. They jumping on top of his head. But before they did that, it was like right before like everything started happening. Or was it? No, it was like right after. Inky D, Moo, rest in peace to Moo, rest in peace to his soul. You know, that was the one, he was out there with Sosa, and then somehow he ended up dying or life getting taken. Inky D, Moo, and I think it was just them, or maybe it was one more. They was shaking hands with Gyro like right after they had beat TP up. They was shaking their hands. And so when they was beating up TP, we was kind of walking back up, and me, Troy, Tone, Jaquan, all us was watching them niggas shake their hand. And so when they was done beating TP up, Inky D and Muwop, they came back to the block. Not Muwop, but Moo. They came back to the block like everything was cool. And then one of the guys was like, man, them niggas was shaking their hands, whopped the bam. And so we started getting down on them. And then from them, us fighting them, it was a whole nother thing because Moo and Inky D, they had a brother, I can't remember his name, but he was one of them fighters. Not a shoot, but he was one of them Carl. Yeah, because I think Lil Carl was with them. We beat up Lil Carl too, probably. And it was Big Carl. This some dudes from Front Street where Fredo Santana from. And boy, so it was like after we whooped them up and whatnot, Joey and them, they had like this whole, it was all fighting though. It was all fighting, but that was just a little crazy moment that like 600, they was kind of like with them shaking their hands after they beat bro up. So we like, did y'all niggas set us up? When really when we thinking back on it, they couldn't have set us up because they wasn't with us. But they ended up being in the same place at the same time as we was, and they were supposed to be our homies, and they didn't help us fight them, but they were shaking their hands. So when they came back on the block, it's like, nigga, no, y'all go walk with them. Why y'all on my block? Y'all shaking them niggas' hand while we got beat up, so we beat them up. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Damn, okay.
It was crazy.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.